Up next on the show, we are going to be talking about the Unquiet Dark, a subject I know literally nothing about.
One could say you're in the dark about it.
And I am going to be very unquiet about it on this show.
Really, it's the perfect topic for you.
It really is. It summarizes how I interact with RPGs in a general fashion every day. I am not quiet, but I am always in the dark. So this is perfect. But Chris, can you tell me a little bit about the Unquiet Dark, which is on Kickstarter right now?
Yeah. The Unquiet Dark is a prequel campaign for a game called Brindlewood Bay. That is a powered by the apocalypse game where you play groups of little old ladies who by day run a book club and by night solve crimes. It's like Murder, She Wrote meets
Girls?
Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. Murder, She Wrote and Golden Girls meets the Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, wow.
So you had me at little old ladies
right?
who solve crimes by night.
It's so fun. It's one of my favourite games. I didn't write Brindlewood Bay, alas, but I've written for it, and Alicia, who I'm writing Unquiet Dark with, has, I think, written more Brindlewood Bay than the people who made Brindlewood Bay.
Oh, wow.
And Alicia and I both wrote a hack of it last year, which was about an elderly gay couple running a B&B that's haunted.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
now we're writing this prequel campaign set in the 1920s.
I hope the name of that B&B is called Breakfast and Booze.
So,
yeah,
the original working title for it was Brindlewood Gay,
okay.
because we made it super gay.
Okay.
But our final title,
Yeah.
the actual published title, was Bed, Breakfast and Beyond.
Oh,
Bed, Breakfast,
Excellent.
and Beyond.
I was
love
very
it.
proud of that one.
yeah,
That is
that's good.
great.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
I hope the cover of that has just the sign out front that says that in like old like.
It hasn't been published as
signs.
like a standalone book yet. I think they're going to publish it when they do the Brindlewood Bay Kickstarter, but I might suggest that.
Yeah, I think that'd be great with just the old cottage style sign that just says Bed, Breakfast, and Beyond.
Yeah.
And it has like whatever flowers you would put on a gravestone around the sign.
Yeah,
Something like that would be
lilies
really
or
cool.
something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't visit
certainly.
gravestones nearly often enough. They're spooky.
No, I try not to, as a general rule.
You get great names off of it, though. Some of the old some of the old names. It's like, oh, I just found character names for my entire campaign. Yeah, so some of them are terrific. But okay, so I have not heard anything about Brindlewood Bay before today. And I have certainly not thought that I wanted the Golden Girls to solve mysteries, but now
Until
I definitely do. Yeah, I definitely do. And it does make me start thinking that if I ever play Call of Cthulhu, I hope my party is just the Golden Girls.
They're always golden if you want them to be golden, Nathan. Stay golden, pony boy.
Anyway,
Little outsiders for you. Throwing it back.
I'm playing Rose. Anyway, so how long ago did you actually start working on Unquiet Dark?
We started working on it, that's a very good question, maybe August or September last year.
Okay.
We were planning it for Zine Quest, which is a thing that Kickstarter used to do every February.
Yeah.
Kickstarter are not doing Zine Quest anymore.
Okay.
Or they're not doing it in February, they're doing it in August. But we were like, fuck it, let's just try and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Slight regret, because we haven't funded yet. We still have we have exactly £600 to go with 6 days to go. So I think we'll fund on the last day, but we might not hit the stretch goals, which is a shame, but it's, it is what it is. You can't win them all, and it's a very niche product. It's Brindlewood Bay itself is a very niche product, and then we're writing a very niche prequel for what is a very niche game. So
Right.
With 300 people have backed it, and that feels like a win, even if we don't get to make it.
Yeah, that's still not a bad amount of people. So
that's the only reason it hasn't funded is because we made the decision to like set a realistic goal that actually pays us properly for making it. If we'd done that thing where we set an artificially low goal, we would have funded. We just probably would be working for free. So
Fair.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get it published, sure, but it's also, it doesn't feel good when you're like, well, I'm not getting paid for this.
You know, I've got a mortgage to pay, so you know.
Yeah, we gotta kind of make something off of this to do the work.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to do it. I would love to live in a world where I could make cool shit for free, but I do not.
Yeah.
That's what we have this podcast for. Get it free?
Yeah.
That's it. Just get it free.
Just get it free.
Now, you see, if you were able to like get a license, like the Murder She Wrote license, then you'd get all the Murder She Wrote stands that would come out for it.
That's true.
Murder She Scried, something like that.
Yeah.
You could, branding, like we were talking about in the first segment. Branding.
Murder She Scried.
Yeah. Yeah.
What we've tried to do is get all the Great Gatsby stands, but there aren't many of them around because like all the title, The Unquiet Dark, comes from the Great Gatsby, and like all the titles of all the mysteries that we're writing from it come from the Great Gatsby, but people haven't picked up on that.
I got a better name for
they
it.
need to read the Great Gatsby.
Oh, go on.
More.
I really Golden Ghouls. It sells itself.
That sells itself.
Yeah.
They're graveyard caretakers, and by night they're zombie murderers.
Yeah. This is great. This is Golden Girls meets Vampire the Masquerade.
It's
fantastic.
It's the shambling dead.
Yeah.
They're not walking, because the old ladies are actually just shambling.
No, it's the Walker Dead. You just have the zombies with the walkers in front of them, just kind of going, wait a second, just gotta move it forward. Just gotta move it forward a little bit.
So what's the title of if they're the Walker Dead, what's the title of the Walker Texas Ranger zombie crossover?
Oh god, what is that gonna be?
Shambler Texas Ranger.
Shambler Texas Ranger.
Maybe,
yeah. Shambling Texas Ranger.
Shotgun Texas Ranger.
Shotgun Texas Ranger. I think that's just Texas Ranger. Rambler? Could it be Texas Rambler? Or Walker Texas Shambler. That actually kind of sounds okay.
That works, yeah.
That works. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be great for the memes. It's just all memes all the time.
Anyways. So it's a prequel to Brindlewood Bay?
Yes.
So how far ahead of time do you think it's taking?
Probably 100 years. The time frame of Brindlewood Bay is like modern-ish, whenever you want it to be. You know, I think when I ran my campaign, we decided it was set in mid to late 90s, but The Unquiet Dark is explicitly 1922. So we're
Great
on
Depression era.
Great Depression, Prohibition, Jazz Age, all that cool
Does
stuff.
this take place in America?
Yes, it's New England actually. It's a
even
New
better.
England, a coastal New England whaling town.
So it's in Connecticut.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
Connecticut. The fun thing about it is Alicia is Canadian and I'm British, so neither of us is American.
Right.
But I don't know much about Canada, if I'm being honest. But when I wrote my Brindlewood Bay stuff that went in the actual game, I just set it in my head in British seaside resorts because there's a lot in common with Blackpool has a lot in common with a Connecticut seaside town. Any American or UK seaside fishing town is basically the same.
Yeah, just different accents.
Different accents. So yeah, and I think we'll get it right. And like I say, Alicia's the Brindlewood Bay expert, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Although one thing to keep in mind about New England seaport towns is that they are generally very touristy.
Yeah, that's hard. That's
nowadays,
yeah, that is.
Oh, maybe not 100 years ago. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, that's one of the things that it like in the base game is one of the like common tropes is like how are the tourists in this touristy seaside town interfering with your investigation?
Oh, well, that's
Right.
easy. If it's taking place in Connecticut, all the tourists are fucking assholes from New York.
There you go. Yeah, this is also accurate. The other thing to note is if you're on like a coastal town or if you're on an island, like if you're on like a Nantucket, because when they get onto islands, like the people there will tell you is that things get a little strange when you're on the islands themselves, just because you are indeed kind of like closed off from the mainland. So by its very nature, things get a little bit more insular.
Yeah, that's again like that's another commonality between like US coastal towns and UK coastal places, because we have the Isle of Man. People from the Isle of Man are fucking weird. They turn the streetlights off at night on half the island.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Which half?
That's the thing. I don't know. Like, there's a really
The bad half, Alex.
Yeah, I'm really into folk horror.
Yeah.
And there's a very rich vein of like folk horror stories that take place on like an island off the coast of Wales, an island off the coast of Scotland, where people are just a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Like the hills have eyes.
Yeah, Hills Have Eyes. Like obviously, like Midnight Mass is American, but Midnight Mass. Did you ever see what was that movie? Did you see Apostle?
No.
No, you should see Apostle. It's really good.
Yeah.
A very violent folk horror film that takes place on an island off the coast of Wales. It's fun.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
I'm
Excellent.
going to try and channel some of that into the Unquiet Dark.
You
Perfect.
just,
I mean, I read a lot of Stephen King, so I think I can I can
yeah.
do New England horror.
You got
It's
New England
fine.
down. That's all he writes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he writes anything out of New England. I don't actually read Stephen King, so.
Yeah. I think he did one that was set in Florida.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Which is a weird
Florida's
place.
weird.
Yeah. If you only read Stephen King, you'd be like, I am never going to New England. Ever.
Yeah. Never ever.
No,
Stephen
that's
King and
Virginia.
Lovecraft have put me off New England.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there are just killer cars and pets that rise out of cemeteries and insane people.
Yeah,
And-
just
and elder
insane
gods.
old people.
There's
Yeah,
elder
elder gods.
gods, there's vampires, there's,
And
yeah.
it's allegedly very racist people.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah.
that was just
Tentacles.
Lovecraft. I'm sorry.
That was mostly Lovecraft, yeah.
A disquieting number of tentacles.
And a disquieting number of
Any more
tentacles.
than one.
Any more than one is too
Yes.
many tentacles.
Yes. And not the fun kind. These are the bad
Oh.
kind. No.
Wow.
This is a whole other fandom.
This is the new segment.
This is the new segment, yeah. Mixing up your fandoms in the next episode of Total Pebble Knockdown. Oh.
We're gonna be trending on Tumblr after that comment.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be great, yeah.
Hey,
Lovecraft
all I'm
anime
saying
is gonna
that
be amazing.
Furries have money, so
They
They
do.
do.
They do. We should have
Cult
the
furry
Golden Girls
market.
dressing up in furry gear. That would be absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Nathan. If you get a fursuit,
The Golden Furs.
no,
Yes.
if you get any kind of fursuit, and we have these videos up on YouTube at some point in time, we'll get the views.
It will just be the
We'll get the
thumbnail, though.
views.
What I'm gonna do is I'll have like a little fox. I'll have a little fox mask that I can put over, and I'll just do that for the thumbnail. And then like 5 seconds, it's like, yep, take it down.
and we're done with that bit.
Made you click. Deal with it. So if I am playing the Unquiet Dark,
Yes.
because I believe that's what we were talking about when we're talking about the Unquiet Dark. What is a typical like mission, a quest that I'm going to be going on in my faux, Golden Girls character?
So all the quests or missions, they're called mysteries, and they are generally a murder mystery. Someone has been killed, and you need to figure out who done it. The fun thing about Brindlewood Bay is that even the GM doesn't know who did it at the beginning of the game. You collect clues, and then at the end of each mystery, you get all your clues and you build a narrative out of the clues about who you think did it and why as a group, and then you roll dice to see if you were right or not. So you get this really cool, like, emergent story that happens at the table that nobody has planned for, and you get that really fun, that moment at the end of like Knives Out or Murder, She Wrote or Gosford Park, where the detective stands in the middle of the room and lays out all the facts of the case and links them all together. You get to do that moment at the table, and it's really fun. It's a piece of magic. It's like my favorite thing in games.
Oh, that's good. So
like pulling a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Someone's actually kickstarting another. Is it a Brindlewood Bay hack? I can't remember, but someone's doing it. Oh no, it's a Wretched hack. Never mind. But Scooby-Doo, it's called those Wretched Kids, and it looks really fun.
It's a hack of your game, The Wretched?
It's a hack of my game, The Wretched, yeah. It's not Brindlewood Bay at all.
That's like top tier like flattery right there.
It really is.
It's perfect.
It's surreal. I don't like thinking about it.
No.
You've made a game people love so much they've made their own stuff on it.
Yeah,
they're
very
modding
Strange. It's like,
yeah. One day there'll be mods of the Unquiet Dark too. People will start making stuff off of that.
A mod of a mod of a mod.
Yes.
I would very much hope so.
Yeah, I sure would.
Yeah.
Do I get to do the donut hole inside of a donut hole speech though?
If you want to. I don't think anyone could stop you if you wanted to.
Yeah, good. I'm gonna look forward to that.
We're gonna add a segment for the Unquiet Dark where you can have werewolves.
Yeah,
where we
the Unquiet Dark.
Yes, or you can add Native American monsters that we won't name because you're not allowed to talk about them.
No. Also, you wouldn't want to.
Skinwalkers for the reference.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm dying. Thanks.
The Wendigo.
No, you can talk about the Wendigo. You don't talk about the Skinwalkers.
Oh, okay. Okay. But see, I think the Wendigo is scarier. Have you seen
about either of them?
Well,
I haven't seen Skinwalkers, and I should.
Yeah.
We can talk about that after if you want for a few. They're creepy.
Yeah. Wendigos are scary too.
Native American folk legends and myths are scary.
Awesome.
They are.
I just finished reading, literally like 3 days ago, The Only Good Indians, and it's like one of the best books I've ever read in my life. So good.
Really?
But I know nothing about Native American folklore, Native American culture, because I'm English and ignorant.
It goes deep.
Yeah.
It goes deep, and there's so many tribes too. So you start to look at like which tribes had which folklores, and so then if you look at the hundreds of tribes, and they all, then we get into a whole lot of lore that's regarding that. But I think like the ones we're talking about did transpose over several different tribes at one point. But
I'll have to read up on that. It sounds very interesting.
Well, since you're talking about like spooky stuff that's happening in the New England area, it would probably come into play at some point.
Yeah.
Or so in like the 1800s. But yeah, I mean, you could include it, especially if you're Lovecraftian themed.
Oh yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Although neither Alicia, obviously, or I are native, so maybe just stay away from that. It's probably not our story to tell.
But a good hack to make of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I am definitely gonna get in. I want to do some cool shit with like rum runners and bootlegging and stuff, and get into not pirates, but pirates.
Sure. Oh
Who's
yeah.
pirates?
New England pirates.
New England pirates.
Yeah.
Mafia.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Organized crime in games is just super fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. More fun than in real life. I don't think it's very fun in real life.
Yeah, it's not very fun in real life. Having worked in bars that were definitely run by UK crime syndicates and families, it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah.
No. polite pass on ever doing that ever again in my life.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, good news. You work for yourself now.
I work for myself now. Yeah, that was an excellent segue.
That really was. That really was. We should probably start talking about that too. But before we get onto that, I should say, so when does the Unquiet Dark actually end its Kickstarter, and what were you looking at for stretch goals if you were able to make?
Yeah, it ends on next Thursday.
Okay.
23rd? Maybe not Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I can't remember. 6
Probably
days from now.
Sure. Okay.
Wednesday is the 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either Wednesday or Thursday that it
Mhm.
ends. Let's say Wednesday, because that's
Let's
better
say
than
that.
saying Thursday and having it be Wednesday.
That's true. Just go by Wednesday in case.
Yeah. So the base funding is for a series of 4 linked mysteries.
Mhm.
And we're setting them in like spring, summer, autumn, winter, like a year of life in 1922 Brindlewood Bay. And then stretch goals are for us to write more mysteries. So if it's the goal is in Canadian dollars, so the goal is 6,000 Canadian dollars,
Sure.
which is like £3,500, and I don't know what that is in American money, $5,000, something like that. If we hit 8,500 Canadian, we do 4 more mysteries.
Mhm.
And then, so we'll double the amount of content in the book, basically. And then if we hit 8,800 Canadian, we will do like new NPCs and like supernatural entities and rituals and just shit to make your game a bit spookier, basically.
perfect.
And then if we go above that, we just get paid better,
Fair enough. Yeah.
you know?
It's probably for the best. I saw too many Kickstarters where they got so much money that they then decided to spend another like 2 years just making the game. Yeah.
That's it. Like, we're going to turn this out fast. Like, we've written a lot of it already.
Mhm.
We're waiting to see if we fund to finish writing it. So all we need to
Sure.
do once it's finished is like send it to our editor,
Sure.
and then I will do the layout for it, and then we'll print some books.
Perfect.
In American, it's about $4,700 total.
Oh.
So USD, you're gonna get about $800.
Nice.
USD, you need 800. There you go.
There
So
we go.
so-
Easily doable.
Easily
yeah.
doable. Get 10 of your friends.
right. And usually the last week of funding is usually pretty good.
Yeah, Kickstarter sends out an email when there's 48 hours left to go, and like
Mm-hmm.
people come along and go, "Oh, hey, I'll back this."
Yeah.
Hopefully, in theory.
Yeah. It's like, so I always heard it was like the first like 48 hours and the last 48 hours is when you get most of your funding.
The middle bit is like
to let
super
people know
flat.
it's there.
Yeah. Unless there's like, unless you have a really unusually popular campaign, like with the Wretched and with Treasures of the Troll King, I got like the same amount of funding every single day of the campaign,
Oh, sure.
which is really unusual. But usually you have a big spike and then you sit there for 2 weeks going, why is nobody backing the campaign? And
Yeah.
then you have another big spike. And usually about this time in the campaign, people start cancelling it as well. So every time you refresh the page, the amount of money's gone down, and you're like, oh no.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just the dubious pleasures of running a Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, sure. Sure. Absolutely. Well, hopefully that works out, and then we can all have our wonderful paranormal Golden Girls experience, and we'll be looking forward to that.
Why wouldn't you want that?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. It's the Agatha Christie novel that we never got.
Exactly.
Exactly.
With less racism.
With less.
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
A huge amount, 100% less racism.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Can you imagine if Agatha Christie and Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft, ever met? Oh man, that would have been a collab that would both be amazing and horrible at the same time.
Just horrifying.
You'd want to know what they came up with, but at the same time, you really wouldn't want to know what they came up with. All right. Well, on that happy note, all right. So, this is the fun part. You get to talk about this.
You get to talk about stuff, whatever you want.
Boss sauce.
Oh my god.
We get to
Actually,
talk
I'm
about boss.
gonna really quick.
Sure.
Just because I can.
Always because you can.
I'm just gonna share your Kickstarter post on Facebook.
Oh,
thank you.
Yes. We'll make sure that we have links too, so that I can put them into the episode.
This is just on my personal page, not on
Oh,
a
sure.
Telephone Lockdown page.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, we'll make sure that we have the links so that I can put them onto the.
What should I use to describe this 1920s based?
Is jazz era eldritch horror.
Jazz Age Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which to me is like, we both got super excited about that pitch.
Oh
And
yeah.
Hasn't resonated with people in the way that it resonated with us, which is really frustrating. I was like, why wouldn't you want Eldritch Terror in The Great Gatsby?
Yeah. You can call it. I guess that's why they call it the booze. That would be a campaign right there. Great. And the whole campaign is just set around you go to a blues club, but like everybody there is dead. Everybody.
So it's like From Dusk Till Dawn, but a blues club, not a dirty little bike club.
Yeah, speakeasy.
Yeah,
you could do a speakeasy just to try and be more like in the 20s era.
I might steal
Prohibition.
that idea from you, actually.
Yeah. 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 Booze and booze.
Yeah.
Booze and booze is totally what the
Booze, B-O-O-Z-E.
Well, it's not a
Booze,
speakeasy anymore. It's a spookeasy.
It's a spookeasy. There you go. Spookeasy. Mhm. Perfect.